I was just greasing equipment, and I just wiped the end of the grease gun on my shorts. So, see it. One mighty wipe. See the grease coming off on the wipe. Works up a nice, try and keep my camera solid. Works up a good little lather with the all natural cleaning formula. And she's pretty well gone. And as always, you got enough wipe to wipe your hands off, wipe the end of the grease gun off that I should have before I ran it down the side of my shorts. So once again, for the mightiest messes, one little wipe is often enough.
Hi, this is Mario Andretti, and you're tuned into Cam Graydon and the team as Stickers and Scuffs podcast. They're true Canadian racing fans.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Stickers and Scuffs podcast, presented by our good friends at Mighty Wipes. And we're here with a champion from last season, and he's vying for the championship here again in 2023 for the Can-Am Midgets. It is our good friend Cory Whittam finally making an appearance on the show. Cory, we talked with you all the way back at Motorama, and now you're on for your very own episode. How are things going?
Good. Season's going all right. Sitting in second right now, so not too excited about that. I wanted to go for the second win this year, but points have been really tight, and we got a lot of good drivers that got some good cars, and we're all fast. We're within a tenth of each other, and sometimes even less. It just comes down to whoever can get through the traffic quickest and make it out front. But no, second's all right. Dana Hahn's winning right now. He took over the points last weekend, and he's doing good. He's got a fast car, really fast car. I did everything last weekend to catch up to him, but I just didn't have anything for him.
It's interesting because we actually have two midget racers here on the show at the moment. We have an Outlaw Midget one starter in Graydon Bunn, and how many has it been for you now, Cory? How many years you been running around in a Can-Am Midget?
I've been running the Can-Am since 2016, and before that, I actually ran Outlaw Midget, which used to be called Hurricane Midgets.
Yep. Okay. So for those who don't know, what's the difference?
There's quite a bit of a difference.
Okay.
They kind of take the same shape. Like, they both got the wings on top, and they both got spoilers all over them and stuff. But we got motorcycle engines on our 750 GSXRs, and they got snowmobile engines on them. And they're fast. They're pretty much just as fast as us. but they don't have suspension on theirs either, and we do. We're a little bit bigger of a car. Yeah, yeah. I like driving both. I've driven a few different Outlaw Midgets, and I like driving them, and I also like our club too. It's really driving anything is fun.
Yeah, talk about your club, the Can-Am Midget Club, a little bit, Cory. As you were saying, there's obviously a good bit of parity in the club with your the people you're racing against. So, kind of talk about the field. Like, what are we talking in terms of field size, and where all does the Can-Am Midget Club's club race?
Yeah, we got a lot of good drivers. We range roughly about 15 average per race,
Nice.
which is nice. It'd be nice to see some 24 car fields, but maybe people are a little scared to get into these cars because they look fast, but really we're actually one of the safest cars to be in. Like we slow down quick. Like we don't got a lot of weight that we push up and hit the wall. We got all the safety devices. Our cars are actually one of the cheapest cars you can run. We got tire rule where you can only put one on a night. Like I run all season on my left side. Like I could run 2 seasons if I wanted. It makes it really cheap to do. You can learn how to build these motors yourself. You don't need many tools. Like the tools are actually pretty cheap for them. That's how I've done all mine is, I learned how to build the motor. I learned how to do the whole car, and it saved me a lot of money. Like I don't make a lot of money, so I got sponsors that help. Allison Martell, she's been great to me from Roll the Page. Also Mauricio, he's been a big help from One Stop Lube. Herniac Hall, that team has been amazing to me. They've helped me out tons. But going back to the club, no, we got a lot of good drivers. We're all a big family. We all help each other out. Like go back to Sauble a few weeks back. I broke a hub and destroyed a few parts on the front end, and everybody had their head in helping me out, handing me parts. Like it was amazing. I have to thank the whole club for that. Like everybody was concerned, and I'm the points leader. Like it. When my dad raced in super late models back in the 90s, he didn't get help from people. Like if you forgot a wrench, you're going home that night. There are guys that did help, but no, like it's one big family, this club, and we all help each other. We're all respectable drivers. We're all good drivers. We can be door to door and not spin out. And like I ran with James Stanley at Sunset the one weekend for I think it was like 8 laps. We went side by side for the lead, and we didn't touch once. We got within a half an inch.
That's fun racing too, when you can rely, or you have a pretty good idea that at least the guy that's right beside you or around you is competent enough behind the wheel that he's not gonna goof up. I mean, stuff happens, but I mean, you guys basically race around each other enough to have that kind of trust and respect level.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like we probably pretty much all know each other. Like for driving wise, like we all know what each other are gonna do, and we all know who's gonna take the high line or who's gonna take the low line or who's gonna get really close to you. Like, but no, we all give each other respect out there. Like we don't. This year we've had quite a few cautions, but it's all been spin outs. Like it hasn't been. Like a few people have run over each other, but mostly we respect each other. It's we're racing. We're on the edge. Like stuff happens.
Yeah, you might bump wheels or climb each other once in a while.
Definitely.
So what are the tracks that you guys run out of?
Okay, so we go all the way to Peterborough. We go to Grand Bend. We go to Sauble. We go to Sauble like four to six times a year sometimes. We go Sunset. We go to Flamborough, and now we just announced that we're gonna be going to Delaware sometime in the future.
What?
Nice.
Oh my God.
Screaming fast.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about that?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready. I've been bugging the club president for years to go back to Delaware, and I think it's an awesome track. I really want to drive my car there, but it does scare me a bit. So you know, we're gonna have to take it easy the first few laps.
Yeah, because I mean that's one of the things that would be obviously really good for the club to get. I mean, racing at Delaware, not only that, you're getting on potentially Rogers TV, London. You guys have already been the companion event for the APC series a lot this year, featured on G-Force TV. That's got to feel fantastic for your club because you're getting airtime, and that is so coveted and so hard to get in Ontario motorsports.
Oh, definitely. The G-Force TV is like, those guys. They're so professional about what they do, and for APC and G-Force to, and whoever's all involved in that, to bring us along and have us a part of their broadcast is it's special to us, and we all appreciate us as drivers, and you know, there's other camera crews out there too, like Pell Power. They do a great job. They usually have us on that Sauble and Flamborough. Great people. Rev TV, you know, all of them. They're really good people.
And what I love, Cory, is that there's one guy in the APC series who has said that he's not sure what he's going to do next year. He's been running a lot with you guys in a late model. So I don't know. Are you guys going to be able to convince JR Fitzpatrick that this could be his next calling?
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd even let him try my car if he wanted.
There you go. JR Fitzpatrick, you've got an offer right there. I mean, that's what I love seeing, and that what we really talk about is with G-Force is that and even with Rogers TV is it's given us an opportunity to learn the different classes of motorsports that maybe we would have never we didn't know bone stocks 5 years ago. Not at all. We didn't know. I didn't know Can-Am midgets until we started
anything open wheel like was foreign.
Yeah, exactly. So they're the things that maybe don't get enough press, and now you guys are getting that airtime, that coveted airtime, that now I actually know the drivers' names in the Can-Am Midget series all the way back. You know, you go to names like you said, Daniel Hahn, James Stanley, Bob Bailey. Then you've also got Sherry Hogan. You've got names all the way through that a year ago would have had no idea, but that just gives you the opportunity to be seen and to be racing alongside those names in the APC series. I'm sure you're going to get tons more eyes of people wanting to go, hey, is there one of these available? Because I want to try and drive these. Obviously, you went in and you won the championship last year, and you started back in 2016. But how did you find your way specifically to Can-Am Midgets? Because it is kind of its own thing, right? You know, most people that say they want to race cars don't say, I want to race a midget. They go, I want to race a car. So how did you find your way specifically to the club?
Actually, I found this club when I was growing up as a kid. From when I was born, I went to the track with my dad with his racing for years, and I watched it all. Like the Can-Ams were fast, and one of my favorites back then. And then I raced go-karts for years, and I always watched Adam Walsh. Adam Walsh used to run go-karts and used to run Can-Am midgets in the 49. So I used to watch Adam Walsh in the go-karts on his lines and how he'd go through the corner. And he was really really unique about how he did it, and he was really fast. There's him and a couple other guys that I'd watch. And when Adam Walsh moved to Can-Am Midgets and retired from the go-karts, I really became interested in the Can-Ams, and I wanted one back then. And I watched Adam almost every race that first year. And no, it's then, you know, years went by and I never really could be able to afford to get one yet. You know, I ended up having a daughter and, you know, raising her, and, you know, there's all my funds right there. But, but now, you know, I've worked up some savings and, you know, gotten a good car now. And, you know, it's been a long journey of driving this car and figuring out things, like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But I love this car. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I've put my heart into it, and probably always race it. But you know, I'd like to jump up into other things as well, like, you know, race this on the side one day.
Okay,
that's cool. I love hearing like the bond between like the man and his car, much like the body panel in Cam shot. Trevlin has an amazing bond to his race car too, and I mean, it's really cool to hear that. And so, having said that, you're sitting in your shop right now, Cory, and you talk about how you can basically learn your way through that car to build it up, tear it down, turn it around from race to race. So when you are going from race to race, is it basically this, is there like a baseline mechanical setup, or do you have to like tweak and tune from track to track? Is it as simple as like tire pressure stagger, or are you changing actual parts?
Well, usually what I do is, now that the car,
without giving away trade secrets, of course.
Well, before I knew what I was doing with this car, I tweaked different things and tried different things, but I've always put the setup back to the way it was when I originally got the car.
Right.
And then over the years, I've talked to guys like Mac DeMann, Rob Neely, and gotten different setups to try, and they worked. Like, so, you know, that's my baseline now. So then, you know, years go on after that, and I figure out my own setups now. Like, you know, if something works real well, that's what my baseline is. So I'll set it back to that at the shop, and then you know, go out to the track. And usually it's not a lot of changes that I do at the track. Like, I don't want to overdo my changes, and the car is so close each race that you don't need to do big changes. So like this past weekend, all I did was tire pressure changes. Sometimes I moved the panhard bar up or down in the back. You know, a little bit of weight jacking here and there, but very little do you have to do from track to track. Most thing you have to do is change gear.
That's perfect too. I mean, in terms of what you're saying, like for an expense, I mean, you're putting it in on your own time, but maybe not everybody does. I mean, shop time is either you got to keep lights on. There's expense involved. So like the less time it maybe means keeping the lights on in the shop at night. I mean, it's saving you money the less you got to mess with the car from race to race, eh?
Oh, I don't look at it that way. I live out in the garage.
Well, that's all right. That's good too.
I get the snowsuit on if I need to.
Nice. I am the same way too. That's cool.
And yeah, I'm very.
When I do my winter work, sometimes like it's so cold in here that I have to tarp off an area and put the car on sawhorses and put heaters, space heaters, all around underneath the car, just so I got enough heat so I can paint the chassis.
Man, that's my kind of shop. That's my shop right there, just like that.
I'm slowly insulating it. Like I got the roof about 3/4 of the way insulated now, so the walls are done, and I got a heater now, so
That's a dynamite little setup. You got to keep the frost off all that hardware there.
yeah. Oh yeah, you like that?
Yeah, that's beauty.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't seen a ton of that in our interviews. Normally, we get people in their homes, and
Oh, this is my home.
well, there you go. Right, the setup
That's awesome. It
is
looks so
great,
cool.
and I love seeing the progression. Rookie of the year, most improved, champion. Like,
Oh, there's a few more there too.
aside from me sneezing, it's probably the dust from the shop that I'm getting all the way over here. But
oh yeah, it's dirty in here.
When you talk about driving these different tracks and going to different places, there's everybody has got that one track that just whatever reason they can't get a hold of. Which one is it for you?
Honestly, I gotta say Sunset. I've had
That's the common one. That's the one that everybody talks about.
Yeah, I just can't get through 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I'm all right, but I don't know. It's just Sunset is a great track. It's beautiful. Like we have some of the funnest times there. Like, but I've had some of the worst days there. Some of the worst wrecks there. You know, I've had that all over. Like past few years, I've had my worst luck at Sauble. I keep breaking down at Sauble, but no, Sunset. Yeah, it's one of the favorites, but one of the least favorites.
So if you flip flop it, then which is the one that you know no issues anytime you go there?
I love Grand Bend. I love Grand Bend. Yeah, I've always loved Grand Bend. Grand Bend, it's just something about it. I used to go there as a kid and watch the micros and watched Can-Ams. And no, you can, after our races, you can go over and watch drag races. Usually Nitro Nationals are on and stuff. So it's like this year we went there and I brought my daughter and she sang karaoke. They had karaoke night the night before the race. Oh, it was awesome. They had it all lit up. They had everything. Like it's beautiful grass. You know, it's great camping. Like you can't go wrong going to Grand Bend.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
A friend of ours that's staying with us right now, she's up here for a couple of days, and her mom lives like 5 minutes from Grand Bend, and we were just talking about karaoke, and we're planning a trip. I don't know if we'll get down there this year, but we're going to do a trip to Grand Bend and do some go-karting and some karaoke next summer.
They got the go-karting. It's fun too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I want to do that so bad. It looks so cool. What a neat place.
Oh, it is. It's like a mini Wonderland.
yeah, totally, right?
And that's what we want to hear, though. You want to hear the good stuff about tracks that maybe don't get enough attention. And Grand Bend is one of those tracks where, you know, they don't get a lot of racing series that go there. It is a very limited in terms of space on the, you know, the track itself. I think obviously it's a great track for the smaller cars, the midgets, definitely the legends. I mean, hell, that racetrack, you put 30 friggin' legends on that track, man, that's fun. And you know, I know
you're just turning all the time.
Exactly, right?
You're turning and sliding.
Yeah, you're wheeling 100% of the time for sure.
And one of those things that we want to, I'm curious, is if you think that larger vehicles will work on that track, because there's been a lot of debate whether it's doable or it's just a little too narrow or maybe too difficult to get around with the larger size vehicles. Oh yeah, they run late models and stuff on there. They got a 2-seater late model that they take out there, and you can do the ride along experience. You know, it is a tiny track, but you know, if you can get around it and pass somebody, you're a good driver.
You're doing something
right. There you go. That's it right there. And I mean, Brett, you did throw in I've got to, because you toss it up there, you tossed up the knowledge for us. So I'm going to ask the question you said about potentially doing the Can-Am on the side. What is something that you'd be interested in potentially looking at? I mean, I'm not biased or anything, but I really think that there's a really well taken care of racing series that, would really appreciate having you in. The 55 is taken at the current time, but there is lots of other numbers that have fives. Is there something that you're looking towards there, Cory?
I've always loved the OSS
Right answer.
club. Like they're so good to me too. Like I go there and I get free hats and T-shirts, and they bring me out in the pit lane and help the 15 team. Like they have a good club going on. I'd like to drive one of them cars. I think I would be really good in an endurance race, because I find I get better each lap. I get more focused and try different things and get better and better each lap. My fastest laps are usually lap 23, 24 or 25. But no, I really like the asphalt, but I'm really sniffing out this dirt here.
There we go.
Oswegan's about 10 minutes from me. Just
down the street.
Okay. Yeah.
So I hear the sprint cars and the goosebumps come every night. And
you hear them calling is what you hear.
To go out and watch them is always amazing. They always put on a good show at Oswegan too. Like Glenn has done amazing with that track. Like
they never quit tweaking it, eh? To always make it better somehow, eh?
Oh yeah, like he's always doing something new, and it's always exciting too. Like I can't believe the lights. Like you drive by there at night or even through the day, you can still see the lights. He's got the whole track lit up at all times. Like it's a beautiful sight to see. And he's got the G-Force every Friday night. Like they're live on TV, and it's exciting. It is. Like Clinton Joffrey and Adam Ross and Greg, they all of them, they everybody that works there, they all do a good job. Like but no, I'd like to get into a sprint car.
Hey,
I've been thinking about
seen Cam Thompson do it. He got out of his bone stock and he's doing great sprints. So it definitely would be something that we'd love to see.
Yeah. There is plans for it, but it all comes down to funding for me. Yeah. Like I put my money into my race car, and there's not much left. But winter times I save up a bit more and a bit more every year, and sprint cars, they do cost money to run. Like it's not like this where I can rebuild the motor for free by myself.
Yeah.
Like they do make the sprint cars pretty cost efficient. Like it's a lot cheaper than NASCAR to run, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's for sure.
But it'd be nice to jump in one. It'd be nice to at least try one.
I'm sure there's definitely options out there for trying one. We were so ecstatic to finally get you on the podcast, man, because we got the opportunity to chat with you a couple times, and you're definitely one of the types of racers that we want to support. Genuine and hard worker. And I mean,
crazy.
the fact that you're able to stand working with Herniak and Hall, man, that's a legend status right there, putting up with them two guys. But
we won't go there. I got a ton of stories I could tell you.
Definitely, but we love those guys, and anybody that works with them we know is good people, and You know what? We want to give you the opportunity, though, to thank all the people that get you to the racetrack, and your partners, because this is a moment to shout them out. You better have them memorized. We want to make sure people do. So,
I can just look around the room, actually.
yeah, let her rip.
Okay, so I've had tons of help over the years that I don't even know where to begin. Allison Martell, Rolla Page, property matchmaker. She's been here for the past couple of years, giving me funding for tires. She's been great. Her and her husband Mike, two great people, like amazing. If you ever need a house in the Windsor area, I recommend her. She's awesome, and she'll give you the best price too. Also Mauricio, One Stop Lube. I don't got to pay for oil. This car is pretty much free to run.
Nice.
But,
that's awesome.
He's been great. He comes out to the track every weekend that he can, and which is a lot of the time. But he's also the president of the OSS, as you know. So he's a busy man, but whenever he gets a chance, he comes out and helps me out. Does whatever he can. He's changing tires for me and doing everything. Also, Herniac Hall. Everybody that's involved with Herniac Hall, Mike, Mark, Chase, Kale, everybody, Denise, Danny, Sean, everybody, Michael. There's just so many names. I could keep going there. Great people. Give anybody the shirt off their backs. Every one of them. They're awesome people. They've helped me out for I don't know how many years now, but I met Mike. This is a long story, but I met Mike back at Grand Bend actually, and it was a memorable story too. But that's another time. Anyways, so we also got Wilds Printing that helped us out this year, and he's helped me out on and off over the years. I got to give big thanks to Jason Wilds. Cody Wilds drives super stock at Delaware there. He does really good, really talented driver. Also got to thank my boss, BBK Trade Solutions. Mike, gave me a good job, pays me well, lets me take the time to go racing, and lets me build parts in his shop.
Nice.
Also, Creative Edge, they gave me a really good deal on wrapping my car this year, and they did a phenomenal job. Like I left it up to them to design something, and they designed something that I didn't even picture. I couldn't have pictured, and it's beautiful. If I don't win the best appearing car this year, there's something wrong with my head.
Yeah, it's a popping looking car.
There are a bunch of good looking cars in my club, though. Actually, guys do phenomenal jobs at Creative Edge. Yeah. Also, we got all the club sponsors. Also, Epic Racewear. They've helped me out this year, last year. Bob and Dan, they're great guys. They're a hoot to hang out with too. They're fun. Yeah. So I got my suit through them. I got my gloves through them. Suit fits amazing. It's nice and breathable. It's colors that match my car. It's perfect. And they got a good system going on too. Like you check out their website. Also Miller Mobile Offices. They've been a help for, I'd say, the past 4 years now, 5 years maybe. They've helped us out tons in the club. Grisdale, they've helped the club out. They've helped me out, and I'm sure they've helped many other people out with good deals. getting everything in on time. And like, I ordered shocks, and within 2 weeks they were here, and I wasn't expecting that. But no, they're good people. All of them that work there. We got so many other people too. Flamber Machine Shop, John, Darren, great people, great people. I've had work done, and they don't even charge me sometimes. So yeah, we also got Oswego Speedway. They've helped us out this year with giving us a quad for pushing cars off and pushing cars around and getting that stuff done. Thanks to Glenn for that. That's amazing. American Racer Tire, they give us 10 tires a year. Also, we got Larry's Small Engines. So we do a Dash for Cash, which is 4 cars selected from the heat races qualify to go into the Dash for Cash, which is 4 laps for 4 cars, 4 laps for, I think I can't remember the price, but it's a purse that we get. And usually we vote on which spots get to go to the Dash for Cash, and we usually vote the last 4 drivers or mid 4 drivers, just so that those guys can have an extra chance to, collect some extra money, because they're usually underdogs that need the money, right?
That's awesome.
No, Larry Small Engines, he sponsors that, gives us money for that. Who else do we got? There's so many. They're not all on the car either. But I also like the Pedal Power, GeForce TV, Dave Franks, Derek Smith, all the other photographers. There's so many. My parents, my grandparents, my wife, my beautiful wife, my beautiful daughter, they all support me so much. They've never tried to take me on my racing. It's, I've been pretty into the racing over the years, and spent so much time and money on it, and my family they support me. They know what I love, and they don't say no. I got tons of friends, Devin, Ian, all my friends, that Mike, Paul, everybody that comes out and helps me, everybody that, comes out and helps on the car. There's not many that work on my car, but no, I got Kerry and Jim Hickson. They actually helped me to get my first win back in 2017. They put a motor on my car, and within a week I got my first win, and that was at Grand Bend too. And they've helped me out on and off over the years, with little problems that I need solved. Also, I got Chris Bowman. He helped me out. He used to race Can-Am Midgets. He also raced in the States as well, with the TQs out down there. Brent Neeson. Oh, there's so many. I don't know. I gotta stop there.
But that's what we want.
It takes a village.
It takes a lot of people to do it. You got away and got the championship in 2022. You're still in contention for the 2023 championship. You are an SNS Racing family member for 2023. Hopefully back again in 2024. We are so proud to see you out on the racetrack having so much success. Thank you, Cory, for coming on and chatting with us. Obviously, we're going to do this again because we didn't get too much into enough. So,
I got
Cory,
more stories.
Yeah, we know that you've got stories. We love those Herniac Hall ones the most. Those are always fun. But
I got some really good ones of them.
we're going to wrap this episode up. Thanks to our friends Pam and Dennis at Mighty Wipes for presenting this episode.
Thanks, Pam. Thanks, Dennis.
We'll catch you all for the next episode of the Stickers and Scuffs podcast.